Hello from Safonovo. This is the podcast Pigeon of Peace, where we do discuss awesome skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about beauty, and let's start with the definition.
A lot of things which we surrounded of, they are just could be used. For example, stone, for example, house. But sometimes you will find something very harmonic, inspiring, and you will think, oh, someone spent some time to make this looking good, to make it beauty. Sometimes we found that puppy is beauty or other small animals. We find girls and women beauty. And also it could be beautiful mind. By the way, there is a movie, if I'm not mistaken, about John Nash, the person who was awarded by Nobel Prize because of his invention in game theory.
And if we look into the beauty and we would try to, okay, maybe we'll try to make slightly scientific approach. If you would try to digitize it or at least give it dimensions, so how exactly this model, if we still can apply this thing to the beauty, could potentially look like?
I was trying to make several experiments in different stages of my scientific life, and it was about interface, computer interface for DOS program or console program. It was for Windows program. It was for OS divided by 2 warp, OS2 operational system. It was some experiment how to find the beauty person which would suits to sit, for example, in the on the reception in the bank and so on. And you know what's funny? If you will ask people, they will show you the beauty girl, the beauty things. But if you want to digitize them, suddenly you will find that if you will make, for example, average beauty face, it wouldn't attract nobody. So we do not like symmetry. We like beauty, but it should be a little bit damaged. When I was working in Japan, one colleague of mine, he broke his cup or mug.
Mug is also good.
And you know what he done? He collected all the pieces and then he was connected them with glue. And also, what's strange, he also was using golden paint to underline all the scratches on the trishna, on the cracks.
Yes, cracks.
On the cracks, you know. And after this mag was looking like a spider was making net on it. It was not so beautiful for me because it was broken already piece. By the way, in Slavonic cultures, broken cutlery, broken pottery is not used because it is will show that хозяйка, host
or mistress
is not accurate. But he was sipping the tea with this cap as a victor, как победитель. It's okay to say?
As a victor or as the one who actually overhelped something. And when let's actually try to slightly switch the gear. Maybe we'll go back to more like a human-like beauty. But there was one thing that I started when we were working on the articles, that beauty also could be coming from, you know, like when you make a certain perfection, or maybe let's say you make in a list and it's actually exactly the certain shape or even the format. So let's talk about, again, I will try to put the words like slightly carefully for this one, but to more digital or more like a scientific or more like systematic beauty, whether it exists and what exactly it consists of.
Yes, it exists. It was a time when I was so proud that I have several programs developed by me that I was thinking maybe I should improve human interface. And you know, my hacker editor, it was made for console view for DOS, and it was just quite boring. And I decided I would make moving everything like a cryptex. The main menu would be like a triangle, which would be switch after you choose something. And also menu which will fall down, they also would be switch into the space. You know, I spent like 6 months creating this interface, but no one liked it. It was so hard to do. Previously, as you touched me, I was creating a program. The name it was Lines 5 in the row. And also I was trying to create some beauty. I put, for example, music, I don't know how to say, турецкий марш, марш турецкого.
Турецкий marsh.
Турецкий marsh. And I was trying to draw something, and also no one liked it. And when I was trying to create Tetris, it was a game which everyone wants to repeat. I also was trying to make Tetris to be played in the space. You could not just rotate these figures, but also you could rotate the glass. It's okay to say glass, стакан?
Yes, glass.
Glass, but a lot of people find that it is too hard to play with both hands. So after those 4 attempts, I never was again trying to create some beauty in the digital world. But right now I'm working on beauty of the Word documents, and maybe in the nearest lecture I will show some unusual stuff for people of the school of troubleshooters.
And well, you actually touched on one interesting point, because something that could be seen beautiful for one person could be completely different, or they just could be indifferent to what they see. So if we want to show the beauty, let's say, like for at least for some reason, we need to maybe sell the beauty or explain it. So whether we need to, like use a specific tactics or vice versa, we need to understand what is the picture of world for those people so that we could speak their language. And again, vice versa, for people who is actually trying to understand us, like what we're trying to set, what is our values, what is our beauty of the world, they also should have an empathy. So what is the role of empathy and explanation in the mission of actually, I would say, delivering the beauty?
You steal the word from my tongue. I just want to use the word empathy, but suddenly you use it before me. Several hours ago, it was an article which was issued on the site of School of Troubleshooters about visualization of spa. And if you will see, you will find that we were using cream colors, sound colors, and colors which are looking like ripe fruits. And each time when we start to discuss how we would visualize, for example, shop or haircut salon or dentistry or high-tech shop, each time I just could say to my people which colors I want to use. For example, like Tiffany color, white one, and latoon. I don't know how to say latoon, like
Well,
gold
this one might be hard because it could be like something between bronze or brass, but for Latin, need to think about.
Okay, thank you. So and then I would get visualization, and each time I look in it like in the soul of someone who was visualizing. And girl one, which we work right now, Любовь Морозова, she right now creates some other project for weddings and so on. And you know, when we talk about this in words, we are saying, okay, let's make it so easy, so looking like a butterfly, or maybe looking like I don't know how to say, fata.
This one I also need to think about it.
Okay.
Never use this word.
So I use just several words to show them the mood, and suddenly after several days, like 4 or 5 days, I would find that everything is already drawn in this beauty. And it is not about harmony. It is not about calculation. It is not about how we imagine the world. It is something more. You know, I was working several times with sous chefs or chefs who are responsible for bakery and conditionery. It's okay to say conditionery?
Or pastry.
Or pastry. And you know, sometimes тесто,
dough.
the dough and cream was already good, but those guys were spending so much time for decorating something. And you know, before it was tasty, but after it was like a piece of art. And when someone was trying to cut the cake, I was looking for several hours. We're creating from 4 o'clock to 6:30, before first guest in hotel Grand Hyatt in Abu Dhabi will arrive, suddenly I see they has no doubt how to cut this cake and eat. But you know, it's beauty. It's big berries, it's some animals, it's birds, it's fishes, but made so good looking that not too many people from 2 meters will understand, is it real object or artificial one?
Well, it feels that sometimes beauty is also like in the effort that was thought that was put into certain thing. And maybe before I ask my last question, could there is also be a beauty in the human behavior, human decisions, or like the way they conduct the thing? And maybe like a small example, recently with one of the teams of my member, we come up with some sort of like a small UI decision, but basically it was like so much thought, like we removed all of the unnecessary stuff. And when I was looking something that the guy shared with me, I was thinking actually it's a beautiful decision, beautiful thinking, and the empathy that the person has, like for whoever would do this, would use this, is actually quite good. So it's beautiful, not only colors or shapes, but like the problem it solves. So whether this thing applies here or maybe not.
I will give you an example. I was never I was never telling this before. When I was in Japan, it was a guy I visited with my colleague, and he was doing a very strange thing. He was painting the fishes on the material. But you know how? He would take the fish, he would soak all the water from it, he will remove everything which will disturb, and then he will find the paint, and he would paint the fish by itself, and then he would put to cover the materials, and these materials would soak or this paint from the fish would soak into the material, and then you will get it like a picture. You know, it was disgusting and beautiful at the same time. It was very unusual to see. Someone was trying to paint the fish. It has a smell. It has, I don't know how to say, sleaze, like slavia,
Slime.
like slime, and it is not tasty to look. But after several days, when you didn't see the process and you will see the picture on this white material which already framed, the fish is looking more alive than in the real water. Or another one, also twice I was sitting in a small yard at the Toyota factory, because there were some let me remember this sakura, it's okay to say sakura trees.
Sakura. Yeah, cherry tree.
Yes, sakura trees, and they were blossoming, and they were losing the pieces of their heads, and a lot of people were just looking like zombies. And for the very first time, it was like 20s or 21 year for me, I was sitting on the bench and I couldn't understand why so many people just looking. And then I realized everything around us, it was like a cyberpunk. Everything was so technological, so many concrete, so many other artificial things. But sun and bees and sakura, it all alive, which connect us to the nature.
Well, and I do believe, like, with all that being said, it's already was a nice segue saying that whatever surrounds us, the beauty is actually the way to be appreciative, to receive the world the way it is, and giving the hope to make it even better place. So we review the skill of beauty and how it could make the world a better place. Stay in peace.